Hello, and welcome to Everyday Champions in Business, presented by Action Coach Dane County. Action Coach is the world's #1 business coaching company. And this is your opportunity to hear the stories, tips, and insider information that makes business and entrepreneurship the greatest game on the planet. I'm Amy Atherton, your business coach at Action Coach Dane County, and today it's my pleasure to introduce Gail Johnson with Restaino Homes. Welcome, Gail.
Yes, hi. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So to start, can you tell us a little bit about your business, like what you do, how many people are on your team, how long you've been in business?
Okay, great. I worked for the last 15 years actually this month, for Restaino and Associates Relocation, and they have an added value program. It's a relocation division. There's a team of three of us, and we each have our roles. And what we do is we partner with corporations, organizations as they hire talent from outside the area. We help relocate them into the community and settle in.
Oh, okay. Great. What are your target customers, your sweet spot? Is that certain corporations? Are they of a certain size or?
Sure, sure. When we looked at, who actually is hiring and bringing in people from outside the area, you'll find that a lot of companies, so we're really diverse in Madison, which is fantastic, uh, because there's so many things that it offers. So healthcare, biotech companies, manufacturing, your nonprofits, it's just really diverse. And so my role is to go out and meet with companies that are hiring talent, and they don't have to go it alone. So we come alongside them as recruiters are finding the talent to help acquaint people with the community that may have never been here, and then ultimately help and tailor our assistance to whatever their needs and interests are. To,
Awesome. So you're a partner with the recruiters of the different organizations in Madison.
Right. And sometimes it's HR people, sometimes it's, if it's a small organization or a large organization. So, or maybe they hire a search firm and we work with them. So,
Okay. Okay, great. What is the value that you bring to these customers?
as recruiters for companies know everything and the ins and out of their company. And when they're trying to bring somebody from outside the area into the community, it's a twofold. One, there are other people who might be traveling in with them. So their children are coming here. What are our schools like? They may have a quality of life that they're looking for, biking, hiking, foods, whatever it is that speaks to them. And so our role is to provide some questions, have a conversation with them, learn a little bit about what their lifestyle is like, what type of lifestyle are they looking for when they move here, their commute, do they want to rent, do they want to purchase? And then really we just kind of go through the funnel of helping them transition into the community and then helping them settle in so they know the things that are here and available to do so they don't just move here and now what? So it
Right.
actually is a retention piece too, because not only do we help them get moved in and settled in, but what can we do now that we're here?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you really get to know the prospective buyer and what their wishes are, and then you find that community that fits them best, so they're staying here longer or
Right.
happier here long
Right.
term.
And for some, I mean, they may have gone to school here and then moved away and now they're coming back, or they have parents that are here and they're moving back, or their job, they're being offered a position here, but they've never been here. And so sometimes what they think we have to offer, they don't realize the lakes that we have, the green space that we have. And so Madison is such an easy community to promote, the farmers market, the Overture Center, I mean, the
Oh yeah.
zoo, you could just, the theaters, the music, it just has a lot to offer. And then once people get here, they love it.
That's great. I can imagine being someone who's moving here, how that would be very helpful to them to have the whole city mapped out for them. That's awesome.
Hmm.
So has there been a big challenge that you faced within this business, or what is your biggest challenge?
Well, I mean, the pandemic was a challenge probably for a lot of companies. When people were hiring during the pandemic, people couldn't walk through a school. They couldn't tour really as well as they could in the past. And once we got through that, we're finding in the last couple of years to the person that lives in Madison, they probably think there's a lot of rental properties. But when you're relocating here, and you want to find maybe a rental before you purchase a home because you want to know the area and you want to know where you're going to settle in. Uh, Renting is not easy. And if you want to find a rental with pets or a shorter commute to your work, Kate on our relocation team is an expert in the rental market, whether it's a rental home, rental apartment, a townhouse, condo, whatever it looks like. So I think what really helps when people work with us is even though we're a real estate company, you don't have to purchase a home. We're here to help the recruiter. We don't want them to have to say, yes, they could help. If you're purchasing, no, they won't help if you're not. And we're really here to say, look, we're going to help you through every step of the way. And that some of the times is even a rental before they want to purchase, or they need to purchase their home before they purchase here, or they want to settle and make sure everything's going well before they decide where they want to live. And so I think that's one of the sweet spots that our relocation division offers is we're really knowledgeable in the rental market as well as communities for home buying.
Okay, so does your business have a challenge trying to find those rentals?
Uh, you know, it's not always easy. But again, Kate is so well connected in that with all the different resources that are out there uh, that help find rentals. She's got a whole list of all the rentals in every type of community and the pricing and so she keeps it updated. She does a great job. So
Okay.
it just depends on every individual is different and everybody comes with their criteria and we try to dive into what means something to them and work it through to where they want to be.
Okay. All right. So you're saying you don't have any personal challenges in your business?
Personally,
Yeah.
I mean, I think
As a business owner, what challenges do you face?
I think it's just staying out there and making sure, like even for myself, I don't know if it's a challenge so much, but it's something that you have to stay on top of is, you know, people moved positions. And so you might be at an HR at one company, you might be a recruiter here, you might be a CEO or CFO. And
Yeah.
so our job is to make sure when we're working for the company that we know people that are coming and going and adding to the teams and making sure that everybody knows what we do. So I'm not sure if it's a challenge, but it's something that it's important.
Okay.
And then it's also staying involved and knowing what's going on in their companies. So we have different ways that we stay in touch and provide resources throughout the month, and kind of keep an open correspondence with the clients that we work with.
Great. It sounds like you're very connected within the community. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to move on to some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Um, who has been your biggest champion in life? Someone you admire who's helped you to get to where you are today?
Well, I would say my siblings have been great mentors, and I'm lucky I have a husband that's kind of in the networking scene, so we're all connected in Madison, and so I can bounce things off of him. Um, I would say I have built a network that I feel like don't ever go it alone.
Hmm.
So, you're stronger when you have a network that you can tap into one another. And so I'm there for them and they're there for me. And so I think that's something I learned really early on coming here is find out who is willing to help other people and not just what's for themselves, but how can you be helping not just in business, but also in their personal life? Get to know people more than just transactional. And when you can find those relationships, um, you'll be successful in more than business wise.
That's great. I like how you were saying that. The next question I was going to ask is, what was your advice for a new business owner? But I think you just answered it. Um,
Well, yeah.
do you have anything to add to that?
For a new business owner, well, I know that they hire good people. And I will say this, working for Ron Restaino, when he hires you, he gives you the tools that you need and gives you a platform and he gives you the networking opportunities and he gives you the direction, the trajectory, what he wants you to accomplish. And now just go do that.
Okay.
And if you have stumbling blocks, you have a whole team here to go and work with and work through all these. So I think it's really hiring the right people, setting them up for success, and then let them go. And
Yeah.
sometimes they have to reel me in too.
Great. Okay, last question. If you have a book or a podcast that you would recommend.
Oh my gosh. So I really would I love podcasts, but I would say books. My favorite right now, I'm rereading it again. It's The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Um, it's knowing what you're saying yes to, so you know what to say no to. I didn't learn that early. Another great book that I shared with quite a few people is The Unreasonable Hospitality, and that's taking what you do a step farther to go above and beyond what you do. So not just doing the ordinary, but getting extraordinary. And truthfully, it's looking for ways to do things that people aren't expecting, deliver more than you say you're going to do, have great follow-up. Another great book is Atomic Habits with James Clear. Set yourself up with everyday habits, starting your day and ending your day, and life can be a little more organized.
Yes, yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. It is a
Yeah.
great book, Atomic
That's
Habits.
great. Oh, there's so many good ones out there. And
Yeah.
actually, if anyone has a good book for me, I would love to hear what it is.
Okay, great. Thank you, Gail. So nice job on the rapid fire questions. Two more questions to go. Is there anything you would like to include as in a form of an offer for our audience?
Well, we offer a welcome community box, and I wish I would have had one for show and tell. I actually have it in the back room, but I won't run off to get it. And it's filled with the Overture Center and the arts and farmers markets and biking trails, the state parks. It has your local magazines, and we mail that box out to anyone maybe that has moved here that really doesn't know all the things to get to do. We also have a list of about 100 activities and events that go on during 2025. So if they're interested in that, and we'll mail a box out to any candidate that's looking to explore a move to the community. And then, of course, we can follow up with a lot of links and websites and conversations to fill in the holes and the gaps that are most interesting to them. One funny thing on that was a few years ago, before pickleball became such a common sport, all of a sudden we were just getting all these answers where people are like, do you have pickleball courts? Do you have pickleball courts? Do you play pickleball? And we were like, what is pickleball? And so now all of us are starting to play it, because we kept hearing so much about pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball is the thing right now. Yeah. Okay, last question. It doesn't have to be about business, but what is the most inspiring thing to you today?
The most inspiring thing today, well, I guess I'm fortunate to interview where we're turning the calendar soon to 2025. And so I would say it's a good time and inspiring to pause. And I'm trying to take it down a notch and look and say, what did I do great? And where did I show up intentionally in 2024? And how could I look at 2025 intentionally showing up, not just in my work life, but in my personal life, and finding joy and sharing joy in that.
That's great. That's great. That's a great year-end exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So thanks again for being our guest on Everyday
Yeah.
Champions in Business. As a thank you for sharing your story, Action Coach Dane County is going to send you an autographed copy of Joe Theismann's book. Be sure to visit our link below to get Gail's offer, to take advantage of Gail's offer.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me, Amy.